intoxicated snowmobile driver. Hiya! No!
Dallas CV. That's trademarked.
Get your hands off of me! Pink, dog, and pink!
Dallas CV. I finished with 6 dogs.
I was just in an accident, and it was a crazy, intoxicated snowmobile driver, and I can't talk about it.
Oh, it's okay, sweetie. Here, take my pink jacket. It's okay, sweetie.
I'm Dallas TV, and this is Iditarod training. Woo! Go! Submitting! Woo!
Pink! Pink!
I'm Dallas CV, and here's my motto: another truck, another truck, another truck, and another truck.
What's cool on the trail, you ask? Well, there's lots of secret strategies that mushers use, like Dallas Stevie. He gets off at White Mountain and he runs instead of rides his dog, so it lifts the load a little bit. And honestly, that's worked quite well for him. And one time, Brent Sass got caught with a two-way device and he got disqualified. Here's a video of him trying to explain himself and ask for forgiveness from his family, friends, and his dogs. He should be disappointed. There's also a lot of different strategies that the world doesn't know about. Like Mitch Seavey, for example. I'm sure he has tons and tons of secret strategies that he doesn't want the whole mushing world to know. And Dee Dee John Rowe, she has her strategy of just going for the ride. And I'm quite fond of her because of that. And there's also another strategy. It's called dogs. So mushers use their dogs as their strategies. By the Seavies, they have their own kennel, so their dogs are like perfect. And you have different strategies for the northern and the southern route. So you would just have to keep up with your strategies, and you would have to make sure that they're all good.
Now handing it over to Mushmouth.
The culture of mushing in the Iditarod includes a variety of unique terminology and language, much of which is commands for the dogs. Here's a complete list of all of the popular major terms used around the Iditarod. ATV, all-terrain vehicle. Big Sioux, Susitna River. Booties, type of sock designed to protect the dog's feet. Burled arch, finish line. Bypass mail, service provided by the U.S. mail system for remote villages to receive mail and goods. Come G, command for 180-degree turn to the right. Come Ha, command for 180-degree turn to the left. Dog in basket, tired or injured dog carried in the sled. Double lead, 2 dogs leading the team side by side. Drop dog, dog that the musher has dropped from his team at a checkpoint. G, command for right turn. Ha, command for left turn. Heat, alcohol-based fuel used by mushers in their cook stoves. Husky, northern dog breed. Last Frontier, Alaska's state motto. Lead dog or leader, dog who runs in the front. Line out, command to lead dog to pull the team out straight from the sled. Mush, hike, all right, let's go, commands to go. Neckline, line that connects the dog's collar to the toe line. Outside, in the other states. Overflow, when the ice gets so thick that the water has nowhere to go and pushes up and over the ice. Pacing, leading the team with a motorized vehicle that sets the pace at a specific speed. Pedaling, pushing the sled with one foot. Picket line, long chain with shorter chains extending from it, used to stake out a team when no stakes are available. Rigging, collection of lines that dogs are attached to, including the toe line, tug lines, and neck lines. Rookie, first-time musher on the Iditarod. Runners, two pieces on the bottom of the sled that touch the snow. Siberian Husky, type of husky. Slats, thin wood strips that make up the bottom of a wooden sled basket. Snow hook or ice hook, heavy piece of metal attached to the sled by line. Snub line, rope attached to the sled that is used to tie the sled to a tree or something else. Stake, metal or wooden post driven into the ground that a dog is tied to. Swing dog or swing dogs, a dog or dogs that run directly behind the lead dog. Team dog, a dog in the team. Termination dust, the first snow that covers the top of the mountain in autumn. Toggles, small pieces of ivory used by Eskimos to fasten tug lines to harnesses. Trail, request for right-of-way on the trail. Tug line, line that connects dogs' harnesses to the tow line. Wheel dogs or wheelers, dogs placed directly in front of the sled. Low, command used to halt the team along with putting heavy pressure on the brake. Knowing this list of terms is essential to become a true Iditarod expert. With this vocabulary, you can be in with the cool crowd on the Iditarod.
Now handing it over to Musher Fashion.
When mushers race in the Iditarod, the wind can be their enemy.
Ground would have been a little better maybe, but they get beat up and worn out, but it's incredible how warm they keep you.
As you can see, most preferred clothing is to keep mushers warm and dry.
He's wearing beaver overmitts made of beaver fur on the outside, and they've got leather palms. Outermost layer on top is a very warm parka. You can see two things here. One is that Todd has his headlamp on, and the other is that at the hood of his parka he has a fur ruff. The fur around our face plays a critical role in keeping our faces warm in the extreme cold. We also always have the headlamp attached to our hats. It's not always on, but we leave with the headlamp on even if we don't expect to be running in the dark, because it's a lot easier just to plug it in than it is to try to find it in the sled if it should get dark. On our hands underneath the overmitts we wear a pair of fleece gloves, and under that we wear a pair of something called wristers. And the wristers serve the important role of covering the skin in between your glove and your coat sleeve. Around the neck is another place where the cold can seep in, so we wear a neck gaiter, the red thing that Todd is taking off right there. And then he's also got another neck gaiter on that's wind blocker properties, and that's the yellow thing that's around his neck that you'll see as he unzips his coat here. This second layer that Todd's taking off of the top is something that we call our puffy coat, and it's made of a very lightweight, very warm insulating material, and it keeps us nice and toasty. Sometimes we wear a layer of polar fleece on top underneath the puffy coat, but tonight Todd's not doing that. Here's our hats, and they've got a special pouch in the back to hold an extra bulb for our headlamp in case the bulb should burn out while we're running. We feel it's very important to have safety gear handy so that we can get to it easily in case of an emergency. There's a switch on the battery pack there on Todd's chest that turns the headlamp on and off, and the holster comes right off when we're done wearing the headlamp. And that's the batteries in there. Again, this is the wind blocker fleece neck gaiter that he's taking off, and it insulates that area of your chest that is very susceptible to getting cold. Here Todd's taking off a fleece head sock that we wear underneath our hats as an extra layer to help keep our heads warm.
Iditarod mushers are not often associated with the fashion scene, but look at Dee Dee Genreau. Pink, pink, and more pink is her fashion statement. Of course, that's because she's a breast cancer survivor. Not all mushers are like that, though. Most wear sponsor clothing with their sponsor's logo on it, and personal preference clothing. Most personal preference clothing consists of parkas, gloves, socks, and some types of layered clothing. Most material consists of animal fur so that they can keep warm. Here you see the classic parka, very helpful for keeping warm in the cold Alaskan snow. Parkas are very helpful because of their fur-lined hood and the puffiness. Big warm gloves are also very nice. Snow boots are normally very big. This is so that the snow doesn't penetrate the boot. Warm hats or beanies can prevent cold ears and heads.
Thank you for watching our documentary. Thank you for watching our documentary.
Go ahead.
Here you see the classic parka. Very helpful. I said helper.
What?
I said helper.
Thank you for watching our documentary.
In the summer of 1924, his supply was torn. Oh, you need to get through. It's fine.
That's just like Tolo twice.
It's fine.
Thank you for watching our documentary.
Here you see the classic parka. Very helpful. Thank you for watching
our watching. Crap!
In the summer of 1924, his supply, which was from 1918, expired.
Oh my gosh. Classic. Here you see the classic parka. Very helpful. Very helpful for.
Thank you for watching our documentary.
You see the classic
Right
parka.
here.
I
Okay.
thought that was in vanilla.
Here you see the classic parka. Very helpful for keeping warm in the cold Alaskan snow.
Dorothy G. Page and Joe.
Cooper.
You're kidding me. Go behind. Go.
Some problems the mushers might face are the Dalzell Gorge,